Welcome back to the Cowboys fan. My name is Ja, and I am your host. Today, guys, we're actually talking about an analyst, a commentator, none other than Ryan Clark. That's right, the ex-Pittsburgh Steeler, the ex-NFL player. Now, guys, he got fired. That's right, let go, released, terminated from his job at ESPN over some controversy, some drama, guys. I can't believe I am now a drama channel. But what did he do? Because he got let go midway through his shift on set shooting for ESPN. Let's get into it, guys. Let's talk about it.
Here we go. How about them Cowboys?
All right, guys. So I don't really have too much to say about this particular situation, but I got to cover it because he covers the Cowboys. He's an analyst. He's a commentator. So he has some things to say. You know, he's not as bad as Stephen A. Smith or Shady, but he has some odd takes at times. I got to admit, but all these guys have some odd takes at times. So can you really hold it against him? Sometimes he loves the boys. Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he makes sense. Sometimes he does not. Let's go ahead and get into this first clip where he is talking absolute insanity, talking about generational talent. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up and let you guys check it out for yourself.
I think John Elway was a generational talent. I think Patrick Mahomes is a generational talent. I don't think Tom Brady, I don't think Drew Brees, I don't think Peyton Manning are generational talents. I think Andrew Luck ended up being a generational talent. I don't think there's a ton of them out there.
Ryan Clark, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Tom Brady, not a generational talent. John Elway, not a generational talent. What are we doing? Guys, You saw was it Dan Orlovsky? You saw him looking at him like, bro, what the hell are you talking about? Why are you saying this out loud on national TV so everybody can see such a dumbass you are? Tom Brady, not a generational talent. The man won 7 Super Bowls for one franchise in one lifetime. Guys, us Cowboys fans, we got 5 championships over the course of 60 years? Come on, man. Come on, man. What if the Cowboys had Tom Brady? And Tom Brady would have won us 7 more Super Bowls, guys. And he said that man is not a generational talent. That's just one wild take. Now, the next one I'm going to bring up, guys, I think probably put some heat under him. And made him very unfavorable around the ESPN hallways, guys. So let me go ahead and bring this up. And of course, we're going to talk about it in just a moment.
Wake up this morning. Are you feeling okay? You look at A.J. Brown, which is this number 1 wide receiver who got 1 target all night, and then you got CeeDee Lamb.
But that's the when was the one target?
That's the target. But I'm saying
when was the one target?
I'm saying you could have it both ways.
54 seconds left in the game on 2nd and 11. It was the one target. He runs the out route.
You wake up this morning saying A.J. Brown had a better day than CeeDee Lamb.
You know what you wake up saying though? A.J. Brown's team is 1-0.
Of course,
right? Like that's what
I get it.
But the thing is this though, and we shouldn't do this on TV. And so I apologize if people think this is rude. That's the non-player.
Oh, view. Stop. CeeDee Lamb is
let me tell you why. I'm not looking at fantasy football.
Ryan, I'm not. Don't belittle me like that. I could come in and say, as 3 ex-players are saying one thing and give an alternative perspective that maybe CeeDee Lamb did play well. And
Peter, what I need for you to do is not get mad and let me finish for one.
Okay.
Woo, guys. Now, he pulled the ultimate absolute belittling card on homie. I don't know the other commentator's name, but these panels, guys, they have people who haven't played in the game. And you still got to appreciate those guys because they give their outlook, their aspect on things from what they see. It's not like they don't understand the game. Of course, they never strapped up in the NFL, put that helmet on, strap up those chin straps and go head to head with those big boys in the trenches. But these guys have been following the game, reporting the game, learning the game, seeing how the game has evolved for decades. Decades. Even the women that are on some of these panels. I'm only saying that because, you know, women, of course, they don't play football. Not 11 on 11 tackle football. And, you know, that's coming up. We got some kickers they're trying to put in there that absolutely suck. But women, just be honest, they don't play football. But they can come in and they can see the game. They can analyze the game, be an analyst on these panels, and have some actually good takes from what they have taken in and understood over the years and the decades, guys. So for Ryan Clark to throw out the card of you don't know what you're talking about because you didn't play in the league, man, that had to be a low. That was definitely a low blow. Definitely a low blow. And it's not like what Guy was saying was just that much off base. Now I got one more clip here where he has some beef with Robert Griffin III. That's right, RG3. RG3, shout out Redskins, who absolutely mishandled his whole career. But anyway, let's go ahead and bring up this clip. He is talking about the man's wife. That's all I'm going to say. Should be off limits, but let's go ahead here and check out what he has to say about this.
Know about RG3 is he's not having conversations at his home about what black women have to endure in this country, about what young black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with. Now, if you're RG3, when is the last time within your household you've had a conversation about what she's dealing with? You haven't been able to do that because in both of your marriages, you've been married to white women. When I worked with RG3, he would make all of these sort of corny jokes about milk and how much he loved it and how important it was. And he always points out on social media the color of his wife's skin. I think this is what I'd like RG3 to know, that no matter how much he continues to echo the microaggressions of racists, he'll be no less black than me.
So guys, there you have it. I believe that particular clip was coming from a time in the past, of course, pulled from the WNBA when Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese were just coming into the league, or maybe they might have still been in college. But, you know, the beef has been there with those two. And, you know, it gets racial, things of that nature. I'm going to keep my channel away from politics and race. I want to keep it more so on football. But I just got to touch on this because this added to some of the mishandling of his own career at ESPN that created a lot of discomfort for other analysts, his coworkers, and of course the people they actually employ him, as you can see, since they have let him go. So if anybody knows RG3, guys, I don't know if you follow him, but he's silly. He's an oddball. He's an odd character. I'm not coming at this guy in any way. I'm just letting you know he's funny to me. He's corny at times, but RG3 is RG3. Now, for him, if he's making these milk jokes and he's trying to refer to his wife, I mean, maybe he just loves his wife, because at the end of the day, if somebody was black and they were married to a black woman, of course, and they was just going around like, oh, like, I love chocolate. Chocolate is good for you, things of that nature. Then is that a problem? But is it a problem because his wife is white? I don't know. And what kind of conversations that he's having at home with his half black, half white daughters, that's none of your business, man. First of all, you don't know what kind of conversations that man is having with his daughters. And even if you did, it's still none of your business, especially for you to just be pouring out all this on social media or broadcasting it to the public in general. Like, that's just me. I would have kept that on the low. Why are you beefing with this man in public over how he is handling his family and how he is loving the person that he chose to be with for the rest of his life? That's crazy to me. That's a conversation you did not even have to have. Some things are just better gone unsaid. Now, I got to do one last thing here, guys. I want to read this article about his releasing. I don't know quite yet how to share my screen. I'm using StreamYard. So if you guys know, leave it down in the comment section or DM me. Let me know how I can actually show my screen instead of reading it from my phone. But anyway, here we go. This is from NBC Sports about the firing. Ryan Clark was informed of his firing during Monday's NFL Live, guys. Live. Like, this is crazy. He was recording in the studio when they let him go. It says the abrupt news that ESPN has cut ties with NFL analyst Ryan Clark was a surprise. The details are surreal. Via Andrew Marchand of the Athletic, I guess this the journalist here, was informed of the move during Monday's NFL Live, a show on which he was appearing, of course. Per the report, ESPN told Clark during the show because ESPN was receiving, listen to this, per the report, ESPN told Clark during the show because ESPN was receiving media inquiries and the company feared the news would leak before ESPN could tell him. Whoa. What inquiries are they receiving to where they had to let him go mid-shift? Oh, y'all, I might have to keep up with this because it might get a little bit more hairy, if you know what I mean. Like, what's coming out? Is there some allegations? What is coming out? It says, some would say that's still better than telling someone they were being let go, while they were on the air. But they did. ESPN had planned to tell Clark on Tuesday. So they told him Monday. But they planned on telling them on Tuesday. But I guess some developments happened and they had to get it out there maybe before Ryan Clark could read the news. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm going to have to make another video once I find out more information. Marchand also explained that ESPN soured on Clark after last year's televised interaction with Peter Schrager, during which Clark dismissed Schrader's opinion as the viewpoint of a non-player. That's the video that I just played when he put it on him saying, you've never played, so your point of view is invalid. Clark later apologized for his on and off air interactions with Schrager. Let's see here. This is how much he makes here. $2 million per year to sit up here and talk, bro. And I'm just over here trying to get monetized. That's about it, guys. So who knows the actual details? I'm sure some things are going to come out here in a few days, in the following weeks. I don't know how long it's going to take because these things eventually come out. You remember when the whole thing happened with ESPN again, couple years back with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless, their whole violent, I won't say violent, but their breakup that they had. But I just want to say ESPN has been going through it, guys. I think they really need to focus on sports. And it's a thin line when these guys have other broadcasting facets, like Ryan Clark has in his podcast called Pivot. It does pretty well, so the guy's not going to be struggling out here by any means, and hopefully he has managed his money well from playing in the NFL. But when you have these other shows where you can speak more freely, on ESPN, we're going to talk sports here. We're not going to go outside the lines and color outside the margins. But he went on his own podcast talking about another man, and that's just not a good look. Now, it wasn't as egregious as Uncle Shannon Sharp. His whole, we ain't going to go there. But, man, sometimes you got to know what to say, when to say it, and sometimes you got to know when to keep your mouth shut because you got canned. All right, guys, go ahead and let me know what you think about this. I am going to stay on this, make sure I keep you guys in the loop and see what actually unfolds. Leave your comments down in the comment section. Give your boy the HBO special. That's right, the Help a Brother Out special, because I'm a new channel trying to get up in this algorithm and trying to bring Cowboy fan talk to you each and every day. I am the Cowboys fan. My name is Jamin. Till next time, go boys. Peace.